Okay, this is the 2019 model, you could say, the Nissan X-Trail 1.3 engine. For such a big car, it's got such a small engine, but it drives quite well, but not powerful for a large vehicle. And the weight of it, I don't think 1.3 is sufficient. But you know, you'll see on the drive how it drives. But I'll show you all the way around. It's keyless entry. 18-inch alloys. The boot opens by itself. There's not big enough space, or like it's not as big as a States car, of course, for such a big vehicle, bulky vehicle, but it's good, enough boot size. Easily close, bottom. Right, the interior. This one is cloth, it's not leather. Armrest, I find for my height, it needs to be more forward. It'll be helpful. It just opens, you can't adjust it. You can't adjust it at all. It's automatic, which I prefer. But it is not a four-wheel drive. As you can see, just basic, like a car. Dashboard is quite good. It's got the fog lights, the standard on this one. Some don't come with it. Glove compartment, it's quite small for a big car. You know, sometimes I hope that, you know, for a big car you should have bigger space. So seat space will be the same as a Qashqai, but more bulkier on the body size. Dashboard is a standard. Steering is quite nice, but it is very smooth. So you can see the view the driver would see. It's quite a large mirror, which is helpful. One thing I would say, which you probably can't notice from here, is that the windscreen in the front, if I push the back a bit, you can see the visibility because of the mirror here and the big space there, which is quite a large space. It takes over. I mean, you don't really need it, but at the same time, this is the visibility that you get from the driving position. It's quite narrow. I mean, you can see from there to there, it's very narrow. And not just that, this bit takes a lot of space. I think it could have been a bit more neater. You can't put anything on the top. There's no compartment for such a big dashboard. Right, I've just put it on reverse, and you'll see the difference in how a car looks when you reverse it into space, parallel parking. Now I'm turned full. You can see the view. I don't even have to look at the mirror, to be honest with you, but I can see where the car's going. Okay, I'm missing my spot slightly here, so I just go forward. A bit more. Alright, there we go. A bit more. And if I go too forward, it tells me on the front. So it tells me if I go too close to the car in the front, it tells me I'm going to hit something in the front. The camera comes on instantly. So now I've got to reverse again. This is perfect. I'm going to tuck it into a bit more, straight up a bit more. I don't want anybody else to hit the car, so I like to get it right in the center, if possible. And this is doing its job properly. And there we go, we're almost there. There we go. You can see how it works. Brilliant, isn't it? Now I just put on park, handbrake's on, footbrake comes on, and there we go, it's done. Now the visibility again, just to review on that bit, I mean this is my eye view, If I go slightly higher, you can probably see it. I would love to have seen it this high, but I'm not that tall. But the corner, you can't tell on the camera. It is far, but at the end of the day, it is a big car. And the panoramic sunroof is brilliant. I love that. I think every car should. So I'll just quickly recap on a few things that if you're buying a car, what you need to really look for in terms of electronics and goodies. First of all, you need a DAB digital radio, of course, with all the CD players. Nowadays, some of them don't come with CD players, so you need all those. I prefer telephone thing, which is essential for most cars. You've got to have that telephone connectivity, which allows you to control your music and so forth. The other thing they put in, I mean, heated seat is another thing. Some people like to have steering wheel heaters, which is another thing you need to look for if you want to buy a car. I prefer automatic. It's much more comfortable to drive. You've got to look for the economy of the car, of course, which is a very vital thing in most cars nowadays. How much tax you pay and so forth. But going with the technology itself, panoramic window I like, so go for that. What else can I say? There are so many few bits and bobs I'll probably mention on there that I think it's a good idea to have. Some of them new cars, I think Ford has them, the windscreen at the front, if it's iced up, you just press a button and demist it. I think not every car has that. That's for Ford if you're looking into that sort of things. The parking on this is just, you know, every car should have that parking. Even I've noticed if I'm about to have a collision or move too close to something in the front, the camera comes on and warns me. Lane thing is quite good as well. It tells you the lane. And on this side you can see there's a few things. I love the way the boot opens. You don't have to pull it up. You press a button and it just literally lifts up. I think most cars should have that. So these are a few things that you like to look for when you're buying a car. It is a big car after all, but the boot space isn't brilliant. It is bigger than Qashqai. If you're comparing it, the two models, but this is a nice drive, but slightly higher up. Dual control. It's got a dual control on this. Anti-collision thing, which is quite good as well in some cases. For Nissan has them as standard now, I think, in most cars. So as soon as you have an accident, I think it notices it and it just stops quicker than your feet can do it. Camera, radio mentioned. I think I can't think of anything else. If there's anything else on there, I think it's essential to have it on a car. I'll mention it on the comment section as well. So the car looks like Qashqai, but it's an X-Trail, a bit bigger. You can see the side. And the interior is quite nice. It's got the keyless entry, which is good. Which you can see, much bigger car. Lots of space at the back, as you can see on the thing. Still the middle seat, so they always do these seats very small. You can see a child seat. Can't put it in the middle. If you put a child seat in the middle, it covers that up completely. Now, that's the problem. Wheels are very big. What are the wheels? There are 18-inch wheels on these, so that's going to be expensive to change over time, but that's what you expect from a large. It's not even a 4x4. Quite nicely just, where has it gone? There. So this is motorized. Now I was expecting the boot to be bigger, but it goes in like that. Got the little shelves here. Shelves there. Literally unusual, but it does the job. So it's not the biggest boot space. But quite high up, easy to put things in with the shelves right there. Now to close it, button. Now the cameras are amazing. Little cameras at the back there. Over the side. There's cameras here. Quite high up. show you the interior in a second. Cameras all around. And there's a camera on the front. There's a camera on the front here as well. So I'm just cleaning them up. It's worth doing that. Oh, just take a photo of it. Strange that there isn't any covers on the top. So it is a petrol version. The engine, brand new 2019 plate. This is a bigger size than a Qashqai, slightly higher. I actually thought this was a Qashqai when I got in first time, but sitting in the place as it is, looking from the corner, you can see slightly higher than normal Qashqai, and slightly bulkier. For the good explanation for this. Okay, let's turn the car on, hold the brake, press the start button. It's slightly hidden behind this, which makes it strange. Again, that it's just, you can't see it, so it should be somewhere visible quite easily. I was looking for it everywhere until I found it behind here. So start. Now put the handbrake down, and it releases the foot brake. It's basically, this button allows the foot brakes to come on and holds the car in place. Now I'll show you the drive. I'm going to reverse back out slightly. Now I'm above a pavement, so I'm going to just drop down from the pavement. You might feel or see a little shake as it goes down the pavement, but you'll see the other problem I found, if I don't put it on eco, I'm putting the foot down, revving up, but it's not going forward quickly enough. So if I do it now, the response is good, but then it sort of jerks, which is not it's not a good sensation to have when you're driving. It suddenly jerks forward. So there's an eco button on the bottom right hand side here. If I press that, you just don't get that little lag, turbo lag sort of feel to it. So now it just smooth, it just goes down without me having to do anything. So I'm going to turn that eco thing off again and park up on the side here. So let's just say turn the eco off. Watch what happens on the signal right and go forward. I pushed it, then it's not as smooth as it could be without the eco. So I put that on. I think it softens the acceleration a bit more, which makes it easier. So if I drive around, you can see how it is to drive. Well, you can't really feel much, but you can see how there's a Qashqai in front of me. There's an older version, but you can see much smaller car. I really thought, as I said, this was a Qashqai until I looked at it carefully at the back, and it says X-Trail. So it is a bigger car. The bonnet is, you can see, it's going to be quite higher up to drive, and each corner is, especially that left corner, it's hard to see now. That's a bit difficult, so I think I'll let him go through first. The steering for a large size vehicle with the big wheels, I'll give it to them that it is really good. It is a start and stop as well, so the steering is very smooth, which I really like. To be honest with you, if I had a choice between a Qashqai and this, I would most likely go with a Qashqai. Only the fact is, it's less weight, more economical, and probably has the same seating space without being bulky. This is more sort of like got a body kit around it, makes it look bigger with the bigger wheels. And going over a pavement here, you don't even feel it going over, but bigger the wheels, easier it is to go over any height anyway. So yeah, the brakes and everything as a brand new car is always going to be good, but it is smooth to drive. As I said, the only thing I didn't like is if I take the eco off and try to go forward, it suddenly pulls, and it's not a smooth pull off on it, and there's a delay, which I didn't like to start off with. I suppose it's something that you need to get used to, but the drivability of this car, back up the eco, is not bad. I'm doing 24.8 miles per gallon right now on my local driving, and I'm very disappointed with that. But overall, I'll give this car a thumbs up, but on a rating of 10, I'll give it about 6, just because of the economy, drive, I mean, I love the panoramic, but most cars you can get that anyway. So what I'm trying to achieve here is to compare to other cars in a similar size. I'm pretty sure for the price of this, you can get other cars which are much more economical to drive. But at the end of the day, this is a Japanese car and they're built to last. So hopefully this will be a good success. But if you're driving around, people won't know the difference between this and a Qashqai. The front is almost identical. I couldn't tell the difference in a quick glance. So yeah. So thank you very much for watching. This is a short review just to show you what the car is like.